Yes, welcome to another episode of Real Life Solutions with Uncle T. I want to talk to y'all tonight because I've been getting some questions asked about how do you become a correctional officer in North Carolina. Like I always say, North Carolina, there are plenty of jobs open for correctional officers, whether you want to do state or federal. There's always a place for you. I'm telling you right now, we got some bad apples and we also have some good apples. But to do this job, it takes a special person to succeed and really excel in being a correction officer, because I always tell people that, hey, you need to know sociology and you really need to know psychology, because you're dealing with every extreme of the spectrum in one place at one time. And you got every zodiac sign known to man, in one place. And you are dealing with people who have all kinds of issues, all kind of philosophies, all kind of beliefs, and you have to supervise these folks. I'll tell you what, it's not a place for the faint of heart. It's not a place for, if you are a scary person, I advise you don't apply unless you're a secretary up in the front office or something like that. It's not a place for you if you're a scary person. So how do you become a correction officer in the state of North Carolina? I got this pretty much off of the website. I went to a website on the state, and I just want to help you out a little bit. If you are looking as a career as a correction officer, I want to give you some information. This may help you out. You have to be a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident with at least 3 years of U.S. residency. Right? You have to be at least 18 years old, have a high school diploma or a GED or equivalent education or experience, of course, education-wise, have a valid driver's license. You got to pass a background investigation. I think with the state, even with the feds, I think there's, you have to have, I think no felonies, but you can have some misdemeanors depending on what they are. You got to pass a drug test, psychological exam, and you got to meet physical ability standards. So when you go to training, you got to be able to do certain things. You got to be able to crawl under a table, jump over a table. You go through pepper spray training. You go through self-defense, all that sort of thing. And here it is right here. You have no felonies or DV convictions. You got to complete a 6 weeks of basic correction officer training and basic academy, North Carolina Academy. You would do your self-defense training, pepper spray, firearms. You will be certified in a rifle. Well, actually state, I believe it's the shotgun and the pistol. And I believe it is the rifle as well. Sometimes I hadn't been with the state in a long time. Back in, I think I left the state back in 90. It may have been in 96, maybe. I started in 88, and then I left and went to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, which is, I don't understand why a lot of people haven't went to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, but hey. But if you want to get on with the state, let me help you out. Okay, this is some things that would disqualify you from getting on as a correction officer. Actually, let me go over one thing I forgot. As of October 29th, of this year, the average pay for a correction officer is $44,960. That's with no experience, no nothing. That's $21.62 an hour, or $864 a week, or $3,746 a month. Now, what would disqualify you from being a correction officer in North Carolina for the state of North Carolina? If you have a conviction of a felony or other serious crime, refusal to submit to pre-employment polygraph. And I like to say that about the polygraph. Even with the feds, people just want to know if you're going to be honest. You know how it's a tendency to want to say, have you ever stolen anything from the workplace? And nope, I sure haven't. I have never stolen nothing from the workplace. You done took that pen home, that pencil home, them paper clips. You done took a couple pieces of paper from home, from the work. Man, just say, yes, I did. They want to know if you're going to be honest, because anybody in their right mind know somebody done took something from the workplace, an ink pen or something. They don't mean that you took something worth thousands and thousands of dollars from the workplace. They just want to know if you're honest enough to even say you took something from the workplace without permission. That's all they want to know. And a lot of times people go in there and take that polygraph and they say, nope, I have never done nothing dishonest. And you're disqualified. You're out the door. You ain't getting no job, especially with the feds. They don't play. Use of marijuana within 2 years from the date of application of employment, that'll disqualify you. use of illegal drugs, including misuse of prescription drugs, possessed with the intent to sell or deliver any illegal drugs. You know you can't have none of that on your background. Engaged in an unauthorized use of any illegal drug while employed in a position of trust, meaning that you used to work for the sheriff department, police department. They let you go because you was doing cocaine, smoking weed, or whatever with the police department, which I knew back in the day, back in the 90s. I used to know police officers who used to knock drug dealers in the head and take their dope and their money and let them go. And they used to steal their drugs and steal their money until they got caught. So it used to be wild back in the 90s. Misstated or falsely stated information in writing or orally during the course of the application process. And there, like I said, when you say you got a degree from Carolina and you know you don't even have a degree but a GED, but you falsified your resume, falsified your application, and they find out that you are a liar, you're going to be walked right out of there, okay? You're not going to get no job. And a lot of times you'll get the job, start working, and you'll think, okay, I got through it, I lied on my application, blah, blah, blah. As soon as they do that background check, people down in Raleigh at the headquarters start checking your resume, start doing background checks, and you already done left your other job, or if you had another job, and the next thing you know, they call you to the front office. Oh, we got your application right here. And Billy, silly Billy, you falsified documents. We can't have that. We got to let you go, bro. So if you want to go ahead and turn in all your equipment and turn in your uniforms, and we'll send you your last check. Okay. Failure to meet mandated by North Carolina Justice Education. And that is basically, at that point, that'll be the end of it. So if you have any questions about what it takes to be a correction officer in North Carolina, hey, don't have no problem. Shoot me, email at reallifesolutions at gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to help you with that. I'll talk to you about it. And it's a good career. Some people say, I wouldn't say I enjoyed it all the time, but I tell you what, I learned a lot. And I was in corrections for a long time with the state and the feds. I work with adult facilities, youth facilities, as well as with the Fed institutions as well. You got questions? Let me know. Until we talk again, you guys have a good night. Uncle T's out.